Welcome to the Spotlight Series. I'm your host, Scott Nerney, and we're live the Queeset Inn Tuesday night. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. It's definitely a lot of great information. You want to be notified each time a new one appears, especially with someone like our guest. Welcome back, Dawn Mattera Corsi. Welcome back to the Spotlight.
Thank you very much. So glad to be here.
For people who may not know or seen their original posting, remind us of who you are.
Yes, I'm Dawn Mattera Corsi, as you said, and I'm an author, speaker, and coach who helps people connect to their purpose, create a dolce vita, or a sweet life, and to continue their legacy. And my newest book ties into those 3 C's of connecting, creating, and continuing. My newest book, called Redeem Your Roots, is about connecting to your heritage to create that dolce vita and continuing that legacy of your heritage.
So let's talk a little bit about your prior books, so people may have seen.
Yes.
Why don't you quickly go through those? And
Sure.
if people hadn't seen them before, it'll be good top of mind for them to look at those as well.
Yes, of course, yes. And so the book that I started in 2020, The Italian Art of Living. It's a story. They're all nonfiction book about how people can connect to. So for me, it's all about my Italian American heritage, my culture, and the Italian Art of Living really talks about that spirit of perseverance and the connection to our faith, our family, our friends, and of course food, and how we can have a beautiful life. That we can, even though there's so many horrible things going on in the world, we can be that light in the darkness. We can make our lives as best as we can, and that ripple effect can affect other people's lives, and that they too can have a dolce vita, a sweet life.
Okay, the second book?
Yep. And then when I was here the last time, we were talking about the Keys to Authenticity. It was a co-authored book with Jack Canfield. And that and I won the Editor's Choice Award for that. That was wonderful. And then this past summer, Rise Up with Lisa Nichols. These are stories of people overcoming, and another bestseller. And then, of course, we have the newest book, Redeem Your Roots.
So besides heritage, what inspired you to start writing in the first place?
I started writing way back. I mean, even in junior high school, I won the Anthony Medal for an essay. And all through my careers, I graduated from URI as an electrical engineer, quite a career jump here.
Sure.
And I was doing a lot of technical writing as an engineer. And the thing with being an engineer is that as I climbed the corporate ladder, my health and happiness slid off the backside of that ladder. And that's when I realized I have to change something. And that's when I really started taking charge of my health, not only my physical health, but my mental health too. And that's when I totally changed careers. And from there, I've been doing a lot of writing, whether it was for magazines or newsletters, and I've written for Weight Watchers, Focus on the Family, Italy Magazine, and et cetera, et cetera. And so then it just morphed into writing a book. And then, of course, then things progressed from there. It's like, dogs, you can't have just one.
No. So Dawn, tell us, Redeem Your Roots, what inspired specifically this book?
Yeah, a couple of different things. One thing is that when it comes to our heritage, people that celebrate their family traditions are happier and healthier. Better still, children that know their family stories do better in school and have more self-confidence. I mean, who wouldn't want that? So right there, that's one reason. Another reason is that I look at so many people, especially, and I'm sure that other ethnic groups do this, but I know that in the Italian American community, a lot of times we say things like, oh, I miss the good old days. I miss Sunday dinners at grandma's and the holidays. But we have to realize that, yes, we love to remember those things, and we can never go back, and that's sad. However, we can recreate some of it today, because we also have to think people in our age group, 50s and 60s, we are the good old days.
Yeah.
For our great.
We're still the same exact day.
Right.
You're making the good old days today.
Exactly. So let's get, for the sake of our children, our grandchildren, and our nieces and nephews, let's make today the good old days so they have those memories as well. And another reason why I wrote the book is to honor my grandparents, because you think about, and especially a lot, and it's not just about Italian Americans, it's any ethnic group can connect to their heritage, create a richer life, and continue the legacy. But think about our ancestors that immigrated here, the sacrifices that they made, the hardships that they overcame so that you and I can be where we are today. And I wanted to honor them and never let them be forgotten. And so that's part of that continuing the legacy as we tell those family stories and pass them on to the next generation.
And is your husband Italian as well?
Yes, yes, we are both Italian Americans, and we have
So
both found our families in Italy.
So there isn't a separate heritage series coming out on his side, because
No, there's not. But you bring up something interesting, because I realize that a lot of times people say, well, we weren't raised that way. Or they married into a culture that was different than theirs. Yep, yep. Or they did a DNA test and all of a sudden they want to buy lederhosen or whatever it is. And so again, you could connect to that heritage. I even had a gentleman that when I was telling him about the book, he said, well, I'm not really into my heritage, at least as far as my ethnicity. He said, but I'm really interested in my church. And so that's how he's connecting, is through his church and then continuing the legacy and on and on. And when we do connect to whether it's a church or your heritage or your wife's heritage, we feel like we're part of something bigger than ourselves. And because we are. And even though today we are so connected with technology, I mean, we find out things that happened around the world in 4 seconds. We know about something that happened in China or Zimbabwe or wherever. But at the same time, I think that we're all feeling a lot of disconnect. We're feeling isolated and we're not having that human touch again. And so by connecting to our heritage is another way to feel connected to society and feel a part of something bigger than ourselves.
So people looking back can choose their own journey going forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
I like that.
Yep.
So tell us where they could find this specific book or the whole series.
Yes. All of the books are available on Amazon. Actually, all of the books are available everywhere. As far as the ebook, only Amazon has my ebooks.
Okay.
But the print books are available anywhere. And I do recommend supporting your local bookstores. Love, those mom and pop shops. So that would be, but they can get it anywhere.
Okay. And you have a personal website? People can
Yes.
take a look at everything you're doing?
That's right. Yes, because they can find out about not only my books, about my speaking. I do a lot of speaking for different organizations, whether it's in corporate America or for different groups. And the website is very easy, at least to me. It's yourdolcevita.com.
Very nice. And on Facebook and all the other social media, they can
Facebook, yeah,
run across you?
exactly. I'm even on TikTok. I mean, I don't know how it happened.
For how long? Who knows?
Exactly. It's all good.
So 4 books. What's next?
Yes, I am going. Well, I have another book in my head.
Okay.
Because my focus now, since again I'm in my 60s now, and I believe that for people or my fellow friends over 50, as I call them, that we can make the second act be something inspirational. So I want people over 50 to connect to their purpose, to create an inspiring second act, and again continue that legacy. So my next book will be focused on people over 50 having a beautiful life, and keep doing speaking engagements and keep writing books.
Well, and they say people could be living to over 100 in a decade or two. So as one of my friends said, well, I'm 50, so half my life is over. Well, you're thinking confident, but
That's right.
it could be true.
That's right. That's right.
You almost could be living more in retirement years than working years.
Yes, it's true.
And
Yeah.
planning that heritage for your children and grandchildren. And, I would just suggest write things down, save the recipes,
Right.
especially with all the video we have these days.
That's right.
Everything that you're doing is trying to help people understand the value that brings. And
That's right.
really reward what you're doing.
Right. Yes. And in the book, I talk about 7 keys to how to do this, how to redeem your roots. And starting, for example, with food, it's very easy to connect to your heritage through food. Who doesn't like food? And you create your dolce vita by incorporating that, and then you continue the legacy. For example, I did a Zoom cooking class with my great nieces that are in North Carolina and Florida with an Italian grandma in Italy. We did a four-way Zoom call to make pasta together. And the other keys include things like travel, language, holidays, genealogy, and of course, associations are another key to redeeming your roots. And so we have so many organizations, even right here in Rhode Island. The National Organization of Italian American Women, the OSDIA, and other groups.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming. I look forward to when this gets on here.
There you go.
We'll have you back.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you for
Thank you
being
so
here.
much.
Thank you. It's a
Appreciate
pleasure.